This is my exact 2026 checklist for you to start winging it on social media and in every aspect of your business. And this is specifically a business owner's edition, so you know exactly what I do. My goal is always to simplify my business because 2026 is all about lean systems, it's all about cleaner operations, and it's also about building trust. So my marketing predictions are coming up in another video, but these are the three things that I do every single year, and I'm actually opening it up for you this year. Number one, I always begin by auditing. And when I say audit, it's so simple for people to just say, audit this, audit that, or just think about what's working and what's not. But when I do my audit every single year, by the way, I use Trello to do all of my audits, organize all of my business systems and whatnot, which is because it's my absolute favorite. And when people say just audit it, most of the times I don't even know what I'm auditing. Most of the times I don't even know what I'm talking about. So these are the exact questions that I would use. And the first one begins with what's not working. Because when I sit to write about what is working, that is the worst thing that I can do for my business. Because I don't know what's working until I know what's not. So I always want you to begin by saying, for instance, I have tried every other platform, and for me, sometimes the platform that works are Instagram and YouTube because it really does the magic for me. So I always begin by writing what's not working. So when I try other platforms, I know what exactly sticks with and what exactly I can do. The second thing I want you to do is think about the plans that you have for the next year. So when I talk about the plans, you need to talk about what your goals are, what your vision is, what your mission is. Are you planning to add any new services? Are you planning to do any other new things? All of this stuff. Then I'd like for you to focus more on auditing your social media because you need to know what platforms are bringing in the most revenue. Because if you don't have a system that actually brings in the revenue for you, then you're actually wasting a lot more time than you can imagine. Then I would definitely audit how do people find me online. And most importantly, what do people do after they find me online? Because this is where I see a biggest gap for creators, which means they know where people find them. But when I ask them, usually in my clarity sprint audit, which is what I do for most of my clients when I begin with, which is for $127, click the link, if you want to grab an audit. But oftentimes they are stuck when I ask them what people do after they find you. They're like, they maybe just message me on social media, they just DM me on Instagram, and I'm like, if you do not know what people do after they find you or what you want them to do at least, because if you know what you want them to do, then obviously you can just get them to do whatever you want them to do, right? That makes sense. But if you do not know what you want them to do, which is to either book a call with you or fill an application form or anything of that sort, then you already lost it there. So I want you to exactly think about whether you want them to come to your sales funnel, whether you want them to actually tell you like where they are, send them an email, send you a DM. Oftentimes you can automate it with ManyChat. If you want to do any of those things, then you need to be very specific and tell them exactly what you want them to do, right? Then I want you to see if you actually have a real system once they find you to actually capture that lead, because if you're going to let that lead go, then there's just absolutely no point. Do you have a possibility of capturing that lead as soon as they come in, converting them going forward? Because nobody is going to, probably 3% of your audiences would buy the minute they find you. Like you would have done a lot of different videos, you have done a lot of different social media posts, and they know already about you. And that's when you know that people are actually going to know, like, and trust you, and then find you with whatever you're trying to do, all of that jazz. So do you have a real system to actually convert the people that you're finding for your business? And does your system actually look legit once they are in with you? If it looks like a fifth grader put things together, and if people are constantly coming to you and telling you, hey, your automations broke, your emails broke, I did not receive any of the emails, I don't even know if my name was in the system, that's when you know that what you're doing isn't working. Because what happens is you're losing leads, and it creates a big gap between where you are currently and where you want to be. And sometimes it could potentially be in hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? The next thing I want you to see is how many nurture sequences do you currently have, with the system that you have. How many nurture sequences are there? Do you really have a strategy? Because a lot of people think they have a strategy, but they actually don't have one. So see if you actually have a strategy, if you're actually able to bring in more information to your audiences. And then I want you to see if you have actually invested in a strategist, because 2026 is the year where people are going back from the world of social media to social search marketing to actually bringing more authentic connections and whatnot into their business. So if you just tell me that you have things which may be working, which may not be working, that's when you're missing out.